With Nurx, you can get connected to a healthcare provider online and get treatments for anti-aging or acne delivered straight to your door. Like tretinoin, the gold standard for anti-aging skincare, tretinoin is 20 times stronger than over-the-counter retinols. Nurx's team of providers know that your skin's needs are ever-changing. They will guide you through your skincare journey and adjust your medications to make sure that you're getting the most out of your skincare treatments. Nurx offers clinical expertise, giving you access to clinical level care from experts. You'll work with a Nurx licensed medical provider to tackle your skin concerns together. Let your skincare be led by science, not trends, okay? No more one-size-fits-all approaches to skincare, okay? Only effective, tailored solutions. So thank you to Nurx for sponsoring today's video, and taking control of your health starts here, okay? Make sure to go to nurx.com/notevenemily to get started, or click the link in the description. That is nurx.com/notevenemily.
Tretinoin cream RX only treats palliation of fine lines. Tretinoin may cause side effects including skin peeling, flaking, and irritation. If you would like to learn more, see full prescribing information at nurx.com. You are encouraged to report negative side effects to the FDA.
But anyways, back to it, right? It's interesting. It's interesting and a bit unfortunate that a tactic used to recruit cult members is something that is now applicable for romantic relationships. And although the dynamic is different, the technique is still the same. Stick with the classics, I guess. And well, as a woman who likes women, yeah, this is an issue within our own community. Right? Sometimes it might be a little bit of the call is coming from inside the house sort of thing. But here's the thing. I'm not even trying to brag. I'm simply not one of those lesbians, right? But it is a problem within our community. We really do need to pump the brakes on the U-Haul. Anyone can be susceptible to it. This is true. But I did just want to mention that because I feel like if I didn't mention the lesbian community, then I would get a bunch of comments saying, you know, how could you not, this is like making a video about smoothies without mentioning fruit. But I want to make a separate video about problems within the lesbian community, and I will kind of cover it more in that video. But anyways, love bombing in the dating sense, similarly to cult, there's a recruitment period, right? This kind of takes place in the beginning stages of a relationship. And when I'm speaking about relationships, I don't even mean established partners, right? Because this generation with our style of dating, a lot of us date without having the label of established partner. It's just sort of yes, we're seeing each other and sort of making a reference towards a relationship, doing a little nod towards a commitment, but not entirely there yet. The situationship has taken over. So when I talk about relationships, I am including those as well. And yeah, it's great, and I wouldn't have it any other way. First, I want to talk about the stages of love bombing, and then how love bombing sometimes can be an unintentional act, and then also how the hell are we supposed to tell the difference between love bombing and the normal honeymoon period of a relationship. So firstly, there are 3 stages when it comes to love bombing. There is the idealization phase, the devaluing phase, and the discarding phase. Let's talk about the first phase. In the idealization phase, oh my god, everything is just so wonderful, right? They're giving you attention, they're giving you gifts. Oh my god, the sex is amazing! Praise and promises, compliments, affection. In this stage, every day you're waking up to a good morning text that looks like it was written by Shakespeare if he were more expressive. You're getting a bouquet of flowers so elaborate it's like someone died. Oh, what is this edible arrangement for? Just because. These grand gestures and spending of money, time, and attention on you, it makes you feel like, wow, this person really likes me, and they're seriously putting in the effort, which sounds like a great thing if it weren't a tactic for emotional manipulation, of course. They will want to spend an excessive amount of time together, secure themselves in your schedule, like, what do you mean you have to leave? Well, when can I see you again? What do you mean you have to go to work? They are putting a lot of pressure on the relationship very early on. They might say things like, I've never felt this way before. I think you could be the one. I feel like I'm in love with you already. I think we should move in together. This feels like fate. God, I want to marry you. Congrats. I'll be sure to get you guys some free dessert to celebrate.
This is our first date.
Oh, what the fuck? Speeding up the relationship process is one of the main factors of love bombing, right? Me, personally, I think that love should be a stroll around the block, right? But for some of these people, unfortunately, it is Usain Bolt on roller skates, on steroids. Also, the roller skates have an engine somehow as well. Making these statements of seemingly sincere flattery, as well as wanting access to your time and your expectations and emotions, it makes for a false sense of security. It's a tactic to ensure an emotional dependence on the perpetrator, right? And also to solidify a significant amount of space in your life to the point where they might actually be taking up the most space. And lots of people can be susceptible to love bombing, okay? No one is necessarily above being manipulated, especially if, you don't have a lot of dating experience and you're trying to figure out what your boundaries are and, you still believe people when they say things. Because at this point, for a lot of us who have actively dated, I mean, if you haven't been love bombed, something's happened. Oh, something has happened. And I want to say that 80% of us probably have some semblance of trust issues, or at the very least hesitations when it comes to dating, right? It's a bit florals for spring, right? To be expected. But I do think there are certain mindsets that make people more susceptible to this first phase of love bombing. The first one, which I think tends to be a little bit more common, is, someone who has low self-esteem, they're a bit insecure, and they crave romantic attention. They want romantic attention because they need that source of external validation. Now, this can go one of two ways. Way number one, right? The excessive flattery and intense romantic attention makes them feel uncomfortable, right? Because this is something, maybe they haven't received it before, or they just don't believe that they deserve it, right? So they might self-sabotage, which could be for the best given this context, but they're self-sabotaging maybe for the wrong reason. I just think that you're amazing and you're beautiful and I really like spending time with you. What the hell? What? I actually know for a fact that I'm lame and ugly. So if you like me so much, there must be something wrong with you. Check! Way number two. This person is finally receiving the thing that they've been craving, so they want to cling onto it. I have never had this type of attention in my life before, and oh, now I need it like water. Yeah, now I'm going to cherish this. You think I'm pretty? I don't think those words have ever been uttered before. Or, there's a type of person who might, hop from relationship to relationship. And even though they're receiving romantic attention on a very steady basis, they're still insecure, right? Some people don't want to be alone, right? So if someone's love bombing them, it's like, oh my gosh, this is great. We get to hang out all the time and you're complimenting me all the time. I can't listen to the demons while you're telling me, that my body is tea. It's a lot harder for me to succumb to the voices if we're, just making out all the time. Another thing that I've been seeing that I think is mostly a joke, but I also think people are being slightly earnest when they're saying it, is the polar opposite, right? Where it's like, baby, I'm not insecure. I'm the shit. So of course this person is going to say that they love me within 2 hours. I think we've reached a place in the culture where being self-deprecating is out, and thinking that you are the most colossal shit fart shart is in. There was this era that sort of went into conjunction with when our generation spent a lot of time on Tumblr and, the height of BuzzFeed and things like that, where the humor was very self-deprecating. For example, here are some posts that I find to be reminiscent of that era. This is Japan's richest man, Tadashi Yanai, founder of Uniqlo. He's fascinated by failure. Today I found out that a rich Japanese billionaire is fascinated by me. It's garbage day? I can't believe that they made a day dedicated to me. Get it? Because I'm garbage and I hate myself and my family hates me as well. When you're on your 295th selfie attempt and still trying to refuse the fact that you're ugly and today's not your day. Right. Get you a girl who can't do either. My time to shine. So this kind of stuff is a bit outdated, and now really loving yourself almost to an excessive degree, it's very in. And so now a lot of people operate on this mentality of like, I only accept what I deserve, and what I deserve is the best. Or, it only makes sense that someone should be obsessed with me because I'm a goddess, and a goddess deserves to be worshipped. And obviously, I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing, right? It's a hell of a lot better than, calling yourself ugly every single calendar day, weekends and holidays included. But I think there does have to be a healthy balance because, it does make you more susceptible to love bombing, right? Because when these types of people are getting love bombed, it's sort of like, oh, yes, this makes sense. This is what I want, deserve, and was expecting.
I see you ladies walking around with questionable creatures who want to split the bill and won't tell you that you're pretty unless you pry. Could never be me. My boyfriend knew that he wanted me from the moment that he saw me. And now 2 Chanel heels, 3 Cartier bracelets, and a Telfar bag later, he's saying that he wants to marry me and that it's fate